Hi everyone, it's Sunday, December 18th, time for another HideNet Week in Review. I'm Vera Dordick. Before we get started, let me just say this is our final video for 2022. We'll be starting back up the weekend of the 7th of January. So for now, let's wrap up the year by starting with the U.S. Prices were weak overall, and actually some selections saw declines last week. There might have been some decent interest at the start of the week, but overall buyers were bidding drastically lower. Looking at heavy Texas steers, prices were down to $23 and $24 for 62, 64-pound selections. Now, the drop in reported prices is likely catching up to what's actually been going on in the market, not necessarily what was being reported. Cow prices were still weekly steady, but some categories did see a dollar decline for the week. Combined export sales for the week ending December 8th were 20% lower at 609,300. Combined shipments were also lower at 559,800. Estimated slaughter for the week ending December 17th was 629,000, down 3.5% from the previous week. Turning to Europe, editor Andrea Guolo says that the difficult year of weak prices is winding down, and although the prospects for the start of the year aren't very bright, it looks like sellers are planning on trying to raise prices. In the UK and Ireland, slaughter is up, but prices are still stable. The British 36 plus ox is at 80 to 85 cents sterling per kilo, and in Ireland the price is 85 to 90 cents in euros. Looking at European bull supplies, they are definitely higher than demand, and the lower prices reflect that. And this week, even some Scandinavian origins saw declines. Northern German bulls are still at €1.10 to €1.15 for the 40 plus kilo selection. Andrea says that European cow prices were in further decline, but there were also fewer sales last week. And when it comes to the veal sector, there's really nothing new to report with regard to the high prices and the high demand. In his analysis, Andrea sums up the year, but more importantly, he delves into what's likely to happen in the opening months of 2023. From South America, editor Ronald Guial reports that raw material prices stabilized this week after last week's bigger drop. Fresh hides were selling at a steady $1.12 per kilo, and the reference price of TR1 was also steady at 62 cents per square foot. Ronald says that buyers are bidding far lower, but sellers are trying to keep levels steady. Other Latin origins were stable, with the exception of Argentina. In other news from Brazil, footwear production is expected to grow by 1.6% in 2023. And Inspira Mais has announced its schedule for the January edition. From elsewhere in Latin America, Argentina's drought is not drastically affecting the slaughter there. In Chile, authorities confiscated more than $1 million in counterfeit footwear and other products. Mexico reported that Asian footwear imports broke all records in October. And also in Mexico, production of leather and its products were up in that same month. That is all we have for this week, and I wish everyone a wonderful holiday season, a very happy and healthy new year, and we'll see you in 2023. Good night.